Gyanakosha, an encyclopedia of Vedic knowledge by Pact. Vedas. Rig Veda.
ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवस्त्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पतकान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः
Hymns on various deities.
सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृष्ट्वा अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलं पुरुष एवेदं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यं उतामृतत्वस्येषानो यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमातो ज्यायां च पुरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि.
Savitr. Savitr is a solar deity in the Rig Veda and possibly one of the Adityas, offspring of the female Vedic deity Aditi. His name in Vedic Sanskrit connotes impaler, rouser, vivifier. He is sometimes associated with and at other times distinguished from Surya, the sun. When considered distinct from the sun proper, he is conceived as the divine influence or vivifying power of the sun. The sun before sunrise is called Savitr, and after sunrise until sunset it is called Surya. Savitr is celebrated in 11 whole hymns of the Rig Veda and in parts of many others, his name being mentioned about 170 times in aggregate. Savitr disappeared as an independent deity from the Hindu pantheon after the end of the Vedic period, but in modern Hinduism his name occurs in the well-known Gayatri mantra, which is therefore also known as the Savitri. Like Surya, Savitr is implored to remove evil dreams and to make men sinless. Savitr drives away evil spirits and sorcerers. He observes fixed laws. The waters and the wind are subject to his ordinance. He leads the waters, and by his propulsion they flow broadly. The other gods follow his lead. No being, not even Indra, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman, Rudra, can resist his will, and independent domain his praises are celebrated by the Vasus, Aditi, Varuna, Mitra and Aryaman. He is Lord of all desirable things and sends blessings from heaven, air and earth. Mandala 1, Sukta 35, Rishi Hiranyasthupa Angirasa in meter Jagati visualize Savitr. Agni, I first invoke for our prosperity. I call on Mitra, Varuna to aid us here. I call on night who gives rest to all moving life. I call on Savitr, the god, to lend us help. Throughout the dusky firmament advancing, laying to rest the immortal and the mortal. Born in his golden chariot, he cometh Savitr, God who looks on every creature. The God moves by the upward path, the downward with two bright bays, adorable he journeys. Savitr comes, the God from the far distance, and chases from us all distress and sorrow. His chariot decked with pearl of various colors, lofty with golden pole, the God hath mounted. The many-rayed one, Savitr, the holy bound, bearing power and might for darksome regions. Drawing the gold-yoked car, his ways, white-footed, have manifested light to all the peoples. Held in the lap of Savitr, divine one, all men, all beings have their place forever. Three heavens there are, two Savitrs adjacent. In Yama's world is one, the home of heroes. As on a linchpin firm rests things immortal, he who hath known it, let him here declare it. He strong of wing hath lightened up the regions, deep querying Asura, the gentle leader. Where now is Surya, where is one to tell us to what celestial spheres his ray hath wandered? The earth's 8 points his brightness hath illumined, 3 desert regions and the 7 rivers. God Savitr the gold-eyed hath come hither, giving choice treasures unto him who worships. The golden-handed Savitr, far-seeing, goes on his way between the earth and heaven, drives away sickness, bids the sun approach us, and spreads the bright sky through the darksome region. May he, gold-handed Asura, kind leader, come hither to us with his help and favor. Driving off Rakshasas and Yatudhanas, the god is present, praised in hymns at evening. O Savitr, thine ancient dustless pathways are well established in the air's mid-region. O God, come by those paths so fair to travel, preserve thou us from harm this day and bless us. Mandala 2, Shukta 38, Rishi Grusyamadha Bhargava in meter Trishtu, Hail Savitr. Uprisen is Savitr, this god to quicken, priest who neglects not this most constant duty. To the gods verily he gives rich treasure, and blesses him who calls them to the banquet. Having gone up on high, the god broad-handed spreads his arm widely forth that all may mark him. Even the waters bend them to his service, even this wind rests in the circling region. Though borne by swift steeds, he will yet unyoke them, and then the fleet chariot hath he stayed from going. He hath checked them their haste, who glide like serpents. Night closely followed Savitr's dominion. What was spread out she weaves afresh, reweaving, the skilful leaves his labor half completed. He hath arisen from rest and parted seasons. Savitr hath approached, God wholly minded. Through various dwellings, through entire existence, spreads, manifests the household light of Agni. The mother gives her son the goodliest portion, and Savitr hath sped to meet his summons. He comes again unfolded, fain for conquest. At home was he, the love of all things moving. Each man hath come leaving his evil doing after the godlike Savitr's commandment. The wild beasts spread through desert places, seeking their watery share, which thou hast set in waters. The woods are given to the birds, these statues of the god Savitr none disobeyeth. With utmost speed in restless haste, at sunset Varuna seeks his watery habitation. Then seeks each bird his nest, each beast his lodging. In due place Savitr hath set each creature. Him whose high low Lord, not Varuna, nor Indra, not Mitra, Aryaman, nor Rudra breaketh, nor evil-hearted friends hear for my welfare. Him I invoke, God's Savitr, with worship. May they who strengthen bliss and thought and wisdom, and the dame's lord and Sama aid us, that good may come to us and wealth be gathered. May we be Savitr, the God's beloved. So come to us our heart's desire, the bounty bestowed by thee from heaven and earth and waters, that it be well with friends and those who praise thee, and Savitr with the loud lauding singer. Mandala 4, Sukta 53, Rishi Vamadeva Gautama in meter Jagati. Hail Savitr! Of Savitr, the god, the sapient Asura, we crave this great gift which is worthy of our choice, wherewith he freely grants his worshipper defense. This with his rays the great God hath vouchsafed to us. Sustainer of the heaven, Lord of the whole world's life, the sage he putteth on his golden coloured maid. Clear-sighted, spreading far, filling the spacious realm, Savitr hath brought forth bliss that deserveth Lord. He hath filled full the regions of the heaven and earth. The God for his own strengthening waketh up thus him. Savitr hath stretched out his arms to cherish life, producing with his rays and lulling all that moves. Lightening all living creatures need to be deceived. Savitr, God, protects each holy ordinance. He hath stretched out his arm to all the folk of earth, and with his laws absurd rules his own mighty course. Savitr, thrice surrounding with his mightiness mid-air, three regions and the triple sphere of light, sets the three heavens in motion and the threefold earth, and willingly protects us with his triple law. Most gracious God, who brings to life and lulls to rest, he who controls the world that moves not and that what moves. May he vouchsafe us shelter, Savitr the God, for tranquil life with triple bar against distress. With the year's seasons hath Savitr, God come nigh, may he prosper our home, give food and noble sons. May he invigorate us through the days and nights, and may he send us affluence with progeny. Mandala 4, Sukta 54, Rishi Vamadeva Gautama in meter Jagati, hail Savitr. Now must we praise and honor Savitr the God. At this time of the day, the men must call to him, him who distributes wealth to Manu's progeny, that he may grant us here riches most excellent. For thou at first producest for the holy gods the noblest of all portions, immortality. Thereafter as a gift to men, O Savitr, thou openest existence, life succeeding life. If we men as we are have sinned against the gods through want of thought, in weakness or through insolence, absolve us from the guilt and make us free from sin, O Savitr, alike among both gods and men. None may impede that power of Savitr, the God whereby he will maintain the universal world. What the fair-fingered God brings forth on earth's expanse or in the height of heaven, that work of his stands sure. To lofty hills thou sendest those whom Indra leads, and givest fixed abodes with houses unto these. However, they may fly and draw themselves apart, still, Savitr, they stand obeying thy behest. May the libations poured to thee thrice daily, day after day, O Savitr, bring us blessing. May Indra, heaven, Earth, Sindhu, with the waters, Aditi with Adityas give us shelter.